Partnership to help get homeless veterans.
9 months, the conflict in Iraq has reached an unsettling milestone. Last month, Operation Iraqi Freedom surpassed World War II in time spent by U.S. troops on the ground. Vivian Lee has tonight's report from the home front.
U.S. troops spent 1,347 days in the Second World War before the Allied victory. The U.S. has been in Iraq 25 more days, and what's now a civil war there rages on. Two conflicts, generations apart, tied by an overarching goal to deliver freedom and relief. And these two soldiers from each war agree that's where the symmetry ends.
One is the reverse of the other.
83-year-old retired Corporal Arnold Franco of Richmond Hill was a codebreaker in German from 1943 to 45, much of that time spent in France. He compares the time it took the Allies to win World War II to the time it took Baghdad to fall 3 years ago.
The Second World War, the military aspect was far more dominant than the political. It went on for 4 years. The fighting was heavy all the way through. It was real fighting. In Iraq, the official military campaign was over in 3 weeks. But the political aspect of the Iraqi war has lasted far too long, and the military cannot cope with it.
I don't see how we could resolve the civil war that's already happening there.
22-year-old Sergeant Brian Chanderdatt returned a few months ago to Queens from his tour in southern Iraq, where he guarded Iraqi prisoners recovering in a hospital.
In World War II, there's obviously boundaries. Here, there aren't any. We don't know who the enemy is, and we don't know where they are. We just, just have to interrogate and just find and hope nobody gets bombed. There's obviously more casualties in World War II, but it would have been easier to find a clear enemy, just by looking at their uniform.
Both veterans compare the mood of their comrades and the country they fought for as each war unfolded. Both agree it made World War II the easier one to fight.
The disunity that existed before Pearl Harbor evaporated overnight and lasted for the whole war.
Chanderdatt says support for the Iraq invasion was strong, but waned on the brink of a major accomplishment for the Bush White House.
When I was there, it was actually the first vote for president. There's a lot of rioting and people dying, while they're waiting online. It's frustrating seeing that, one of our goals are being delayed when it was so close to being achieved.
Franco, a graduate of Queens College where Chanderdatt is studying science, helped finance the campus's first monument to World War II and its veterans. Both soldiers agree. They each set off for war not knowing if they'd come back. They each believe they fought the good fight. They also acknowledge what made their two conflicts so different is perhaps why the current one doesn't appear it will end anytime soon. In Flushing, Vivian Lee, News Channel 4.
And up next, if you live in New York but you buy a car in New Jersey, do you have to pay taxes and